you know, the same repetitiveness of doing the same thing 9 to 5, and I couldn't imagine having to do it, and actually caused anxiety and things in my life, and I knew that I wasn't built to do that forever. Why would someone want to do that? Why would someone want to do it? I call it Groundhog Day, like the movie. Like I get up, see the same people on my walk, get on the streetcar, and it was great, and it was a job. It just wasn't fulfilling.
We just finished a stay at Catalina's Hideaway in beautiful Santa Catalina, Panama. The resort was beautiful. The poolside was amazing. The accommodations were very comfortable, and most importantly, the adventures were not in short supply.
Yeah, bud? Look at you go!
We came to Panama for our first ever hot holiday as a family. Before this trip, our kids had never surfed, none of us had ever gone snorkeling, and we just weren't accustomed to beach life. Of all the places we stayed in Panama, the food and drink at Catalina's Hideaway was top notch. It's safe to say this is my first pina colada ever. I know, you can laugh. I'm a small town Canadian boy. I've had pina colada flavored things, but this is the real deal. When we travel with kids, we enjoy and revel in our downtime. But as a family who loves outdoor adventure, it's important for us to stay at places that provide those opportunities. After listening to Ryan and Anthea's story, it's apparent that they put in a lot of thought to what Catalina's Hideaway should be like. They obviously thought about those traveling and visiting with families. A loft sleeping area and a little games area near the restaurant helps parents get a little bit more of their own space.
Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more outdoor adventure family content. Maybe just start by introducing yourselves and tell me a little bit about this place, what the Hideaway is.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm Ryan Soames.
I'm Anthea. Hi.
And we came here from Toronto in 2019. We moved to start building Catalina's Hideaway. We had bought the land in 2013
Yep.
at that time, and slowly developed it, put a road, a well, electricity, and then once our house was built, we moved here with our whole family.
We moved here with our 2 little kids. We had a 3-month-old baby at the time and a 3-year-old son.
Yeah, and we packed them up in all of our bags and went to Pearson Airport and flew here, not knowing what to expect, but to start a whole new, cool, fun life.
I think Catalina's Hideaway is really like our dream destination.
100%.
We've traveled a lot, and since we bought the land in 2013, we kind of had these 7 years before we actually, had the guts to pack it in and move here. And during those 7 years and traveling all over the place, we just kept collecting all these like little amazing things from hotels and destinations that we stayed in, and we thought, this is cool, we want to do that. And so really it's the combination of all of those things in one. And where would we want to travel as like a young person with a family? We like adventure, we love snorkeling.
We want good food, we want comfort, we want nature.
Surfing.
We didn't want to disturb the nature too much. We want all the animals
Sustainability.
and beautiful plants. Panama offers, not just a clear-cut, concrete kind of all-inclusive style place.
So we always talk about it being how it was all a dream, and now it is actually our dream.
Yeah, and we built it, and here we are.
Where do you guys come from, and what were you guys doing before you put this dream into motion?
I was in finance in Toronto as a portfolio manager working for one of the largest banks, and for me, my life, the day-to-day was just kind of getting boring and kind of the same repetitiveness of doing the same thing 9 to 5, and I couldn't imagine having to do it, and actually caused anxiety and things in my life, and I knew that I wasn't built to do that forever, and to live in the same place and do the same thing forever just seemed crazy to me. Why would someone want to do that? Why would someone want to do that? I call it Groundhog Day, like the movie. Like I get up, see the same people on my walk, get on the streetcar, and it was great. And it was a job. It just wasn't fulfilling. We had the greater things that people strive for, and that's what people believe that they want. And we were happy to have it all, but it just wasn't fulfilling. And I couldn't see myself doing another 20, 30 years.
I was also in finance. I worked for the biggest bank in Canada on the institutional equity trading floor. So I was an equity trader. I was a girl in a man's world, working really long hours, 14-hour days. And I really loved my job, and I had a good time while I was young. But after I had my son, and went back to work, it really there was not a lot of quality of life. And Ryan had been whispering in my ear for years about how he wanted to move to the beach and let's get quality of life. And so, you know, one day I came home from work and I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this for another 30 years so I can retire. Yeah. And he was like, yes, let's get out of here.
I pulled out my computer, I'm like, look what I've been working on.
He had been working on all the spreadsheets and the financial plans.
And to have her there as a mathlete, we call her. Yeah. It was good to have her input finally to start figuring out all the kind of different things and how to make this happen. It was a lot of work.
So I got one question for you. When you were putting this plan into motion and acting on your dream, what were your friends and family saying? I
think the general consensus amongst everybody was,
you're crazy.
You guys are crazy. Why are you leaving these amazing jobs to go do that?
You spent your whole life to get to that point where we were established and settled, and it was just growing your income from there. That's all it really was. Yeah. And we were like, nope, let's quit this.
We don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you know, Peel go to university saying, I want to work for the biggest bank to be a portfolio manager or on the capital markets desk of a Royal Bank. Yeah. And she's like,
but look where we live now.
Oh, wow. It's such, and there's zero regrets ever. It's not saying it's not hard work and we don't have to put in a lot of passion and love.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah, but zero regrets. It's exciting every day and we meet interesting new people, and I'm not putting a suit on and getting on a streetcar every morning to the same thing.
We've had a lot of scary moments, a lot of stressful moments. I think I remember thinking that everyone thinks that a job on a trading floor is super stressful and moving to the beach is not going to be stressful, but really working for yourself and being an entrepreneur and running your own business and really putting your heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears and everything into it requires 24/7 attention. And there is uncertainty about income and where that comes from, and so.
But you have to always believe in your vision, and it'll happen for anybody.
We were like, we know, we've traveled enough. We love traveling. We love where we're located.
Yeah, like we know food, we know music, we know comfort. Yeah.
We are creating a really cool place, and people are going to want to come.
Anybody with that kind of itch, I'd say the first thing we did is we made a list. So we created a list of the things that I like in Canada, but the things that I would change in my life. And then we compared those. So a big thing that on the top of ours was weather. The weather in Toronto was, we didn't like the winter. And we would say for us that we would probably have moved out west if we stayed in Canada. But I would say a list. If you're thinking of it, what are things that are important to you? What do you want in your life? And what do you have that you would like to change?
Yeah, and I think for us too, it was quality of life and time with each other, and
time with the kids,
and time with our kids, especially as we had a family. If you're not sure of what you want to do, like, sit in your job, and like, it's not a bad thing to make some money, but if you're not happy, make that plan. Have that plan.
Start working on it.
And start working on it, because maybe it will take you 7 or 8 years. Maybe you'll have a plan and you can ditch your life and do it tomorrow. But whatever it is, like, make a plan.
And also, while you're creating that plan, you're having such a great time doing it.
Oh, it's so
kind of that dream.
We would come home from work and have a glass of wine
and talk about it, and draw pictures of what our logo and what these casitas and things, and you enjoy that part of just building.
So that's great. Hey guys, I think that's awesome.
Okay.
You gave me lots of work.